Hey guys, welcome back to the Pivot Point. Today I'm here with Marcus, Cole, and Zach joining us today. So first we're going to get into it and talk about free agency and what's been going on with that recently. How do you guys feel about that?
Free agency's been pretty eventful this offseason, I feel like. You have multiple big players signing to huge extensions like we saw from the Thunder with Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren and SGA. And then you have like De'Aaron Fox re-signing with the Spurs. We have some, I wouldn't say monumental trades this offseason, but some good role, higher, and low star quality guys getting moved around a little bit this offseason.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that with Zach, I mean, you have Norman Powell going to Miami for John Collins to LA, and Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson and the Clippers second round to the Jazz in a 3-team trade that happened during this offseason.
Yeah, I don't have that official ass, radio report like you guys, but I do have this ESPN article. And Zach's terrible Thunder, I mean, all due respect.
No, you can't say all due respect after just dissing on the team like that.
Hold up.
All right,
Finish.
all right.
I don't know who Dylan Jones is. I don't have elite ball knowledge, and he's way better at me than basketball, but I think the Thunder will be all right.
Solid pickup.
But the Rockets, I'm sorry, Zach. Sam's Rockets look kind of scary. Not gonna lie.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they're locked in
They
this
could
season.
be locked in this season.
Wow.
They thought they were locked in last season. It's not going to matter. The Thunder were the number one seed in the league for a reason.
Wait, but last season, did we have any playoff experience besides Fred VanVleet and Jeff Green? No. Did we have KD last season? No. Şengün is 23 years old and just got his first All-Star
You
appearance
just got
at
rid of your
23, which is
defensive
crazy.
wing stopper and one of your bright offensive machines for an aging Kevin Durant. You don't know what's going to happen next season with him.
Hold up. Is one of those offensive machines Jalen Green, who dropped like 2 points in the entire Warriors series?
In the playoffs,
played
it's different.
horrible.
He was playing outstanding during the regular season.
Anybody can play outstanding during the regular season. He shit the bed in the playoffs, bro.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the NBA is one of those leagues where there's way too many regular season games, right? Hear me out.
I don't know. Honestly, I think Reed Shepherd is going to get a lot more playing time too this year and develop more.
Who does – hold up. Yeah, see, little ball knowledge moment. Who does Reed Shepherd play for again?
The Cole, it says right there, the Rockets. What are you looking at, bro?
My fault. Anyway. You guys – Clint Capella's back, KD. I mean, what's the starting roster, Sam?
It'll probably be Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, Şengün, Jabari Smith Jr. And then I've seen ones where they've put KD obviously. I've seen ones where they've taken Jabari Smith out and put Tari Eason in too.
Well, and you guys still have what's his face too, right? Steven Adams.
Yeah, we got him, Clint Capella. We now have Josh Okogie. We have Dorian Finney-Smith. Yeah, those are our main
Listen,
pieces.
I know the CBA or whatever and all that is changing with what's it? Fred VanVleet is the new
He's a new head of it or president.
NBPA, I think.
Players Association.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Players Association. Yeah. So things might change, but right now, I mean, the deep teams are winning the championship. So, and the Thunder are deep, but I'm just saying the Rockets look good.
I feel like they're not going to have the people to rely on, though. Same with last season. If all you're looking for is Kevin Durant, don't get me wrong, Amen Thompson, great player. He's a dog. He can get to the basket at will. But you don't have any more reliable scorers besides Kevin Durant. Now, what happens?
Şengün?
No.
Yeah. He had one of the highest double team percentages this past year and was still getting buckets.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Dude, Şengün's tough. I'm
I'm not saying he's not tough.
It's baby. It's
I mean,
maybe Jokic.
I
Are
think
you
the
writing
Rockets.
something down on a piece of paper?
I think the Rockets' main issue would be like they're too big. You have Clint Capella, you have Steven Adams, you have Jabari Smith Jr. and Sengun. That's essentially four bigs. Although you can flex Jabari Smith Jr. to the four, you basically have four bigs on your team at this point. Unless, like Sam, I know at one point we were talking about possibly flexing Steven Adams and having Sengun at the four, or Steven Adams at the five, or vice versa with Clint Capella and Jabari Smith Jr.
Hey, all I'm saying is the team that just won the title ran a two big lineup like all season.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just throw that out there.
No, we didn't.
No,
And look at the Cavs too, though.
Yeah,
Top seeded
Yeah.
in the East ran Jared Allen and Evan Mobley the whole season.
yeah.
And they had DeAndre Hunter, who was what, like 6'8", 6'9"?
Yeah.
6'7".
Yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Why?
The Nuggets. I mean,
I think the Nuggets look really good.
Nah, I don't trust
No.
it. After this past season, I just don't. It could be that I hate the Nuggets. Listen, Jokic is an all-time fucking great, and it pisses me off because he's a tall, big, fat, white guy who's boring as shit to watch. But this, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Jonas
They did get
Valanciunas.
Cam
is he
Johnson,
ever gonna
though.
get minutes with Jokic. Like Jokic has to be on the court. Tim Hardaway Jr. was good for the Pistons, but he's getting old. I'm mixing up Cam Johnson with that dude at the Nets. What's his name?
Well, they were both on the Nets, but Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson.
Cam Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah, Cam Johnson's on the Nuggets now.
They got Bruce Brown back, so I'll give them that. But that's probably, I think, the best addition.
I think Cam Johnson's their best addition.
Yeah,
He's
I agree
Who is
with
it,
Cole
Jack?
with it being Bruce Brown.
Dude, Bruce Brown won him the
No,
title.
that's what I'm
in
saying. I watched that
series
entire
they won.
series. Bruce Brown
Yeah.
was a big piece of that championship team, and then them letting him go that next offseason was a terrible decision.
Oh yeah.
no, I don't doubt it. He's definitely tough, but I think Cam Johnson currently is a better player.
yeah. I
Yo,
mean,
somebody's got to pull up the clip of Mike Malone saying, like Mike Malone's drunk ass saying, "Yo, Bruce Brown's gonna come back for us next year, right?" And then he leaves like a month later.
yeah, but I think
that shit is so funny.
the Nuggets letting go of Michael Porter Jr. also gives them more of a chance to score points. Michael Porter Jr. between injuries and not passing the ball last year was just a stump in the road for the Nuggets. Now, Cam Johnson hopefully filled that void for them to actually be able to score points and share the ball to others on the court.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell, but yeah. I loved the Cavs this past year, but I think losing Ty Jerome and Isaac Okoro sucks. I don't think Lonzo is going to do much, and this guy is like 38. Like Larry Nance is so old.
Don't forget they have Tristan Thompson too.
They still Tristan
Yeah,
Thompson is
I'm not even kidding, bro. He's still on the roster.
You're joking. Hold
No,
on.
I'm not joking.
I think Lonzo
He's still
Ball,
there.
if he remains healthy, is going to be a better backup piece than Ty Jerome was last season for them.
I
You think so?
Yeah, if Lonzo Ball is healthy, he's a top backup point guard in the league.
I think Lonzo Ball is always slept on. Like I really fuck with Lonzo, but I after all the injuries, I just don't know if he's the same, and I don't think he's the missing piece that's going to get the Cavs.
I don't think so either. But I do think if we get a healthy Lonzo, it is an upgrade from Ty Jerome. I mean, you have a bigger body, a guy that's more likely to get into the passing lanes. He's a tremendous defensive point guard, and he's a great facilitator from the bench role.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that. That's a good point. I guess they didn't lose if you think about it as a substitute of Lonzo to Ty Jerome.
I think
Probably
that's an
not that
upgrade.
deep.
Losing Isaac Okoro, I think that was. I mean, it's the only. That's how they got Lonzo. But losing Isaac Okoro, I don't like that. Not for them.
What pains me though is like I really do want to see the Cavs do well in the playoffs. Like,
Aren't you a
don't
Bucks
know.
fan?
They just seem like, huh? Nah, I go teamless. I like Giannis for a while. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be the Pistons. But I don't know. I like the Cavs. Like that's one of those teams that I do
That's
like. I know they kind of remind me of the Ravens. I hate saying that because of you know how big of a Ravens fan I am. But it's like they look unbeatable in the regular season, and in the playoffs, like I don't know where it goes.
Well, the thing that sucks is in the playoffs is that like the other coach's game plan is they literally target on offense whoever Darius Garland is guarding and has him score like all their points because Darius Garland can't play very good defense and he's pretty
Really?
short. So,
But-
yeah, that most of the coaches' game plans is when they were putting their best offensive scorer or they were having whoever Darius Garland was guarding usually just take it to the basket a lot.
But that's what they're all.
Kind of like what they do with Luka.
Hmm?
Kind of like what they do with Luka.
Yeah, but like more in a sense of like a size mismatch.
Oh,
They
okay.
target Garland though because they run that double big. If you look at almost every single drive against Darius Garland, he switches out. A big in Mobley or Jared Allen rotates over, and then if they get stopped and they go back out to the top, they switch back. Their defense is designed to draw in somebody off of Darius Garland in order to get a rejection at the rim or a great contest.
And then you have Evan Mobley getting crossed up by James Harden.
Jeez. Yep. Sorry.
Let's be honest.
Blazing James Harden.
Hey, he's going. How old is he now? What is he?
All right, so
35?
that's a yes. Thank you for that.
I'm just saying. You can't deny that he wasn't playing amazing with the Clippers last year.
Was it in
He
the
took him to the
regular
playoffs.
season?
He did
And
pretty well in the
playoffs.
playoffs too.
He was the only reason. He was the
No,
only
he was
reason
great
they
in the
stayed in
playoffs,
there,
but
yeah.
I'm saying, did he cross him up in the regular season? I'm not saying it doesn't count. I'm just saying, like, I don't
Yeah.
know. All right.
Well, they wouldn't have played the Cavs in the playoffs unless it was the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Stupid question. I'm curious what you guys think about the Knicks because I go back and forth on the Knicks all the time.
So I think a lot of people think like they're gonna flop like they do every single year, but I honestly think they'll win out the East this year. Like not in the playoffs, but like as a seeded team, I think they'll be the number one seeded team.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, adding a good coach like Mike Brown that they did in the offseason, I feel like that could help them get over the hump, unlike Thibodeau did for them for all those years. He got them to a certain point, but they couldn't pass that point.
Yeah. I think they have a really good chance of making it out of the East. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but if we're looking at it, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Every other team around them ended up getting hurt along with them themselves. The Pacers without Halliburton, they're pretty much, I wouldn't say out entirely because those guys are still dogs on Indiana. But the East is looking more and more open by the day. I trust the presence of the Knicks and their individual scoring more than I trust almost another team in the Eastern Conference right now.
I think their team's also very like evenly and well built, like of what each player is capable of doing. Like you have two good players in Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby for defense, and Mitchell Robinson off the bench too. And then you have their primary scorers with Cat and Jalen Brunson there.
That's where I disagree, is because I look at all the teams that have won the last couple of years, and they're all deep-ass, very well-built teams. I don't think the New York Knicks are a well-built team. I think they're incredibly top-heavy. I think, by the way, I think Tom Thibodeau getting fired was bullshit. Don't think it's Tom Thibodeau's fault at all. You can't, I mean, I don't know how you can, like, blame the Knicks for the miraculous bullshit that the Pacers pulled off. Like, some of that stuff was just luck, also just incredible. I don't know, like, you can't beat yourself up over that. But I don't know. I think it falls on the GM. I'm not sure what his name is. I think picking up Jordan Clarkson is a nice addition. I mean, they're returning all the same players and they seem to win. But I was waiting for the Knicks to lose last year because I just don't see it working. Like, what's the starting lineup? It's Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Cat, and
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart. but like after that, I mean, I'm a big Mitchell Robinson fan. He's a great backup center, good boards, good paint presence on defense, but like it's
They
a
got
6-man
Miles
rotation.
McBride.
You can't play 6 men for 48 minutes. It just doesn't
That,
work.
that's
I
what
don't
I was
know.
going to say.
I don't believe
That's
it.
the only part of
Yeah.
Thibodeau that I did not like last season. He barely had any of the starters. Their top 5 duos were their starters playing with each other for their minutes.
Yeah.
Um, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the words. For how many minutes a duo played, it was their starters in different sets. They
I
had
saw that too. Yeah.
no inclusion of their bench. And when it came down to the playoffs, when, like Cole says, you need that depth, you need to be able to get deep into your roster in order to find something to happen. They can't do it. They don't have the chemistry down that deep in the roster.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
after
go ahead,
Go
Sam.
ahead. After their starting lineup, you pretty much had Mitchell Robinson and like Miles McBride, and that's pretty much it. I mean, he was getting buckets in the playoffs too, but like I think that's part of the reason Tom Thibodeau, or I keep messing up his name. That's why he got fired. Is because I think the amount of minutes he exercises players to do. Like you don't want to have another Derrick Rose situation either. Like where your players are playing too many minutes and they just get hurt. But I think with him playing them for that many minutes is kind of excessive, especially in the playoffs. Like I get you want to play your best players for more minutes, but I do agree with like that you need those bench players as well with the depth.
I don't know. I go back and forth with Tom Thibodeau getting fired is bullshit, but I guess not. I go back and forth, but I think it's an odd duality of the roster is not deep enough, but he still should have played it deeper. Like I don't know. Campaign is not the best, but I think Campaign is a solid guard off the bench. I think Miles McBride is solid off the bench. Like I know in some of the later games, Miles McBride got some minutes, and he finally gave Mitchell Robinson a chance, and it paid off. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if the team will work. Maybe they'll surprise me. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth on them.
Yeah, I mean, in most sports, it's not playing your bench deep enough. I mean, if you look growing up playing soccer, I know that you needed all possibly 18 players, or like if you're in a professional league, you only get 3 subs, so all 14 players in a sense to win the game. You can't. A lot of teams don't win the games with just their 11 players playing them back to back to back games because those injuries will build up and fatigue will catch up to them. I mean, I've seen it before while playing, and it doesn't help us win, and it doesn't help the team win.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about the Knicks. I seriously, I'm biased. I wanted to see the Pistons win, so I said like I picked the Pistons to win. But then they played, who was it, the Celtics afterwards. I was like, yeah, good luck against the Celtics. I mean, who knows? Like Kanye said, I guess we'll never know if Jason Tatum doesn't tear his Achilles. Do they win? But they did go up 2-0, right? So I mean, like I don't fucking know. Even Stephen A, biggest Knicks fan ever, he was like, man, I really hope this goes to 6. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
should they have won that? I don't know. So I mean, I don't know if you trust them or not. But next year, with no Jason Tatum, I mean, the East is, like Zach said, is wide open. So maybe they make a deep run. Who knows? I don't know. This is another interesting one. How about the T-Wolves?
I really like the Timberwolves. Just like personally, I mean, I think they should have given Rob Dillingham a lot more playing time, being a top pick in the draft. Like he barely played at all, which I think is pretty dumb. Because I think he could have contributed in the playoffs too. I think it's really bad that they lost Nikhil Alexander-Walker. I think he was huge for them especially in the playoffs and especially on defense too. So that was a big mistake letting him go. But I think that if they continue to play Rob Dillingham, they fix Julius Randle's inconsistency issues, and I mean, Anthony Edwards will continue to get better, I think, too. So, I mean, I like the Timberwolves. I don't have a huge issue with them right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main reason Timberwolves didn't really play Rob Dillingham last year because he was at the time 20 years old. He's still young, but yes, he needs to get the experience. We saw the same thing with your Rockets this year, and Reed Shepard not getting the playing time that you were expecting from him to get this year. So, I mean, it's all about the depth in the team for the position. So, like with the Rockets, you had all those guards, which stopped um, with Reed Shepard from getting their playing time, and that may be the same issue for Rob Dillingham, as you have these stars like Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid, who are still young, with Anthony Edwards being the star of the team currently.
Yeah. Looking at it from a competitive standpoint, losing Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I watched that entire Oklahoma City series. He was on SGA's ass the entire time. The entire time. And I wouldn't say locked him down, but he held him to some pretty inconsistent shooting nights during that series. What I really like to see, I want them to play Terrence Shannon Jr. a whole heck of a lot more. Game 4 was won because of Terrence Shannon Jr. He sparked it up off the bench. If he becomes their new six-man role, I think, I don't know, because Nas is coming off the bench.
I think they're similar to the Knicks when they need to trust their bench players
Yes.
more. Like even Dante DiVincenzo, they got to get those players some a little bit more playing time because I feel like whenever I'm watching the NBA, I'm mainly watching the Rockets and stuff. But whenever a Timberwolves game is on or something, I'm watching it for a little bit. It's usually just always that starting group just playing and then not
These guys
occasionally
can
coming
score.
in.
They're just going to Ant every possession.
Nah,
Yeah.
I disagree with that. Because I think it's not that they're not trusting the bench guys enough. I don't think Ant has help. I mean, the T-Wolves got fucking exposed in this last playoffs. Last year, they made a super deep playoff run out of nowhere, and it's like, holy shit, the T-Wolves are the real deal. And then Cat dips out, and all of a sudden, you got Julius Randle, who I think they lost that, but I think Julius Randle had a good playoffs, so I don't think that's an excuse. But, I mean, every time Ant gets the ball, it's literally, I mean, he's getting MJ comparisons, which I think are bullshit, but that's besides the point. But he's getting guarded like the way they used to stop MJ. You know what I mean? Where it's like, just swarm him, don't let him get up in the air. Because as soon as the ball gets out of Ant's hands, I mean, you're good. You know what I mean? And losing Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I don't know. I think this team needs work from a GM standpoint. They'll go to the playoffs, but honestly, I wouldn't be super surprised if they were a first-round exit next year.
I mean, if Randall doesn't put up the same production in the postseason like he did this postseason, I will say he's been a known playoff dropper. This postseason, he played extremely well up until the last 4 games of the Western Conference Finals. That first game he played pretty well, and they just ended up losing. I wouldn't say Ant doesn't have help. He has pieces around him. I just don't think that they have any confidence right now. No problem.
But sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties. No, so maybe I'm dragging that. Maybe I poorly worded that. They do have he's got Naz Reid, he's got Jaden McDaniels. And he's got Julius Randle, obviously. Who's the damn, who am I missing? The ginger?
Rudy Gobert.
No,
Villanova?
he's saying about Dante
Yeah,
DiVincenzo.
Yeah, Dante DiVincenzo. So that's a tough group. I just don't think it's enough. Like I said, you got to have a deep team to make the championship. That's obviously the end goal.
So
They
are
don't
you
have
saying
enough.
that they need a secondary star better than Julius Randle?
Absolutely. Well, they just need more. Maybe it's more depth, like the way the Thunder did it, where it's just like a shit ton of dogs. Maybe they just need another Jaden McDaniels or another Julius Randle. I don't know what it is. It just like they need more.
I think Rob Dillingham could be really good. Like, like the way he's played a little bit, he's played pretty well, but they just don't give him any playing time or any chance. Like, I feel like he could develop into something good and actually help them, like especially offensively. But they're just not giving really him any chance at all for that. And they have Mike Conley too, taking his place right now, and I feel like he should have more, not more. He should be having similar playing time to Mike Conley. Mike Conley's getting a lot older, and he's not going to help you win a championship with getting a young player to help him develop
I
and
thought Mike
provide
Conley
more.
left.
Isn't he still in the Timberwolves?
I have no idea.
1 second.
Somebody check that.
Mike Conley is still in the Wolves.
Damn, my bad.
Yeah, I think Rob Dillingham should be starting instead of Mike Conley this season to help him develop more.
Well, I think another one of the reasons why he didn't start is to learn behind Mike Conley. You see it with my Wizards right now. We have kept vets like Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum. We can have them learn behind. We can have our young players learn behind them and develop the knowledge that they've gained from the game to hopefully make them better. Because Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum were great players at one point in their primes, but I mean they've got to the point now where they're just a veteran leadership. Like the Wizards just re-signed Anthony Go, the OG, but like he's a solid player, not a solid player, but like he's a solid veteran bench player who keeps the team motivated and going during their season.
But I think the difference with that situation is like at least your younger players are getting like at least 15, 10 minutes a game. Like they're
Well,
still playing.
Well, yeah,
but
because we
like
don't have any older players to play. You have to
no, I
realize
know, but
our
Rob
team's like
Dillingham
under
he's getting
21.
Rob Dillingham's getting like 5 minutes at the end of the game in like a blowout.
I mean, there's still time. There's still time to go out there and prove yourself. I mean, you got to use
No,
this
but he should be getting more time than that for being a top pick like that. Like if he was like if let's say you drafted like Alex R, he was the number 2 pick. Like he's starting for you guys. Like I get you guys had no one else really to play at center, but even for a top pick in him, like you should be getting more than 5 minutes in the game.
I don't know if what pick you are should determine.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't
Like
determine.
there's been like first overall picks that were busts like a motherfucker. Like
Yeah.
if you're good and you're performing well in practice and you're performing well in games, you'll get minutes. I don't think your pick matters.
No, I don't think the pick matters, but I do think that like he needs to be able to prove himself within the game and get like a decent amount more minutes than he did. Like if you're like putting him into an actual NBA game, not just like practices and stuff, like I get proving yourself at practice and everything like is important, but he wasn't even like getting sent down to like the G League or anything like that either. So like I just don't understand what they would really be doing with him at this point. I just feel like he could contribute in
I trust
some
the
way.
coach's eyes to know whether he should be in the game or not.
Yeah, because I mean, we're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes. We're just seeing him on the court in a sense. When I mean, he's not on the court, but we see him at the arena on the bench. We haven't seen him in action. We're not watching. We're not like media reporters where we're able to watch him develop in practice, how he's doing in practice, how he's doing on his 1v1 drills, and how he's gaining the chemistry with the team as well.
Yeah, exactly. How about the Clips? They were
All
a
right,
team that I definitely slept on, and I think reasonably so. But y'all go
All
ahead.
right, the Clippers, I feel like just like threw it all in this year to try and just go for something.
Team
Like
Hunk.
if you literally look at their roster, like they have the oldest average player age. They have Bradley Beal's contract. They have Chris Paul for his last year. They've lost Norman Powell. You have James Harden and Kawhi. You got Brook Lopez, Zubac.
If I could shout out one of my favorite basketball YouTubers, Swish Out. He made a video on this, and he talked about how the Clippers have one of the longest playoff streaks of like they make the playoffs every year. I think it's that some kind of streak like that, and it's only like a couple other teams that have come in that same ballpark, and they're all like some of the best dynasties of all time. Like the
Spurs.
Spurs, the Warriors, like shit like that. Um, and like I think it's unbelievable how long the Clippers are just hanging on to like just being mediocre. Like this team is stacked to shit with old heads out of their prime. Now they can still hoop good. Like Harden can still hoop. Chris Paul can still hoop. Brook Lopez a little bit. I'm trying to think. Kawhi for sure. I don't know. Zubac is great, but it's I just think it's crazy how they're like making a business on just being satisfied with making the playoffs and just who gives a fuck if we win a title or not, because they're clearly
Maybe
not.
maybe their goal is to win the NBA Finals using game IQ.
Say that again.
Maybe their goal to win the NBA Finals is just using their basketball IQ.
No, I
years
don't
of
think they won a
experience.
finals. If
Get that, man.
Yeah.
I'm comparing them to the Steelers. They will consistently, just like the Steelers, above 500. The Clippers will consistently
Yep.
make the playoffs, but it does not mean that it's
Yep.
going to go out to further success. And it seems like
Yeah.
the ownership is fine with that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, obviously a great coach, but he has been barely above 500 the past couple years, and they're totally fine with that. The Clippers, I think, are in the exact same boat. They're making the playoffs. They're fine with that. Like you said, the ownership just wants to sell tickets. Playoff basketball sells the most tickets. I just think it's a greed move. They don't want to actually get better. For those true Clippers fans out there, I feel for you guys. Because a championship is not coming anywhere close in the future.
And I feel like those are the positions that suck because you sit in no
Exactly.
man's land, where it's like we were good enough where the draft isn't going to help us at all. Nothing's going to turn around. We'd have to completely rebuild and have a shit year and go through the process that the Sixers talk about that never fucking happened. Sorry, I have to throw some Sixers hate.
You're
in here.
good.
But dude, I love the Steelers reference. I guess the reason I don't say the Steelers is because I think they are a good organization. Fuck the Steelers though. But no, I think that's perfect. Like literally, they just make the playoffs and they're happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
King of the fourth quarter, Kenny. Love this dude. Watched him for years growing up. He recently talked about the Chicago Bulls being in basically the same boat, but on the lower half of that. The Bulls will make the play-in, not get a high draft pick, and it's like the Clippers are on the opposite side of that. They're first-round exits every year. They're not getting a good draft pick. They're two in the middle. They need to push one way or the other, and they need to deal with the consequences that happen.
Honestly, I think just for the season, they should make it even funnier and pick up Paul George. Again. Just make it like ultimate team, like old heads.
I mean, that would be funny. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to take it seriously, Zach, I think you're right. You have to go one way or the other, but
A decision needs to be made.
I don't think it's going to
No.
happen because it's very clear what the front office's,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
priorities are. I mean, it's not going to happen. So
I mean, you can see it with the new stadium they built too.
they just don't care to win.
No.
All right, this is one
I
I want
think-
to throw out to you guys
Yes.
because I love
Yes.
the Magic. I really liked the Magic. I'm upset they lost Cole Anthony. I really liked Cole Anthony, and I like KCP, but Desmond Bain. I don't
This
know.
is my dark horse sleeper Eastern Conference team this year. I know I said that I think the Knicks can make it out, which I do believe is true. But if I want to see a feel-good team win and make it out of the East, give me the team in Orlando. The Magic, I don't know why Desmond Bain, in my eyes, just fits so well into what they're scheming over there. I think it's a great pickup for him. I think they overpaid quite a bit for him. But I think that Desmond Bain coming in, it's going to be a great move for this already really solid Orlando team. I mean, it says last year they were ranked 13 on this list. They're up to 8, but I think they could make it out of the Eastern Conference here this season.
I love this team personally. Like, Paulo's going to be better than last year. Franz is going to be better than last year. You know, Desmond Bane. I don't know if fully he was worth 4 first-round picks, but I mean, I think I agree with you, Zach. He fits great with the Magic. I mean, they did have a little bit of shooting inconsistency last season, and I think he like fits that perfectly. Um, and I think Tyus Jones would be a good veteran with Jalen Suggs running the guards off the bench. Do they still have Wendell Carter Jr. at center?
Give me 1 minute.
I think so. 1 second. I have their roster right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could agree with you guys, I was pulling for them to win this past playoffs. It was just unfortunate that they ran into the Celtics. I think it was first round. Dude, I think this roster is perfectly constructed. I completely agree. Desmond Bane is a huge add because that's another big name. Because, what was it? Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero were tearing it the fuck up. And now all they needed was a big to tear it the fuck up. Jonathan Isaac, Tyus Jones, Wendell Carter Jr., Jalen Suggs. I mean, I don't know. I think this is a really well put together roster. Like this
You got
team, and they're young. I think they're hung. I don't know. I think solid team.
You also got Mac McClung, which they're gonna bring up for like a 2-week extension just to do a dunk
Do the
contest.
dunk
and get sent
contest.
back down. Yep.
Yeah,
I actually like who they picked in this year's draft with Jason Richardson. He's a great defensive player out of Michigan State. I was watching.
who is it? What's his name?
Jason Richardson, number 11, right above
Where is he?
Jalen Suggs. Down. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's great defensive player at Michigan State. He has a lot of potential. He's shifty. He can shoot the three when it's needed, and like his defense is there. So I think it's another solid signing. I mean, he's still 19, so he's probably not gonna get as much playing time with this deep team. But I mean, there's a lot of potential for him if he proves himself this year.
I thought I remember seeing this, and I did see it correctly. Desmond Bane being on this team, being the three-point shooter he is so huge because the Orlando Magic, and I am not joking around, they were the worst three-point shooting team in the league last season. As a team combined stat, at 31.8% from the three-point line compared to 38.7% from the best. Adding a guy like Desmond Bane, who's going to make those threes, who's going to make those jump shots and take some pressure off of everybody else, it's going to be monumental for this squad, and I can't wait to watch Orlando basketball.
I just love the Matt. I don't know. I'm with you guys. I think they are fun team to watch. Want to see them succeed. I think they'll do well.
I think if the Magic really wanted to like compete at a higher level, I mean they already are competing at a higher level, but I think if they wanted to push for like a championship run, this might be a hot take, but I think Miles Turner would fit really well with this roster. Him
Yeah.
or Daniel Gafford.
Dude, the Wizards legend.
I think they already have bigs
Yeah.
though. I think they're really strong at the forward with 3 and 4. That like they really don't need like a stud big. Like I think Wendell.
I just
Carter
don't know
and
how
Jones-
far Wendell Carter Jr. is going to take them, though. Like, they got Mo Wagner, too, Franz's brher, but I just don't know how, like, consistent they can stay if they get deep in the playoffs.
I mean, you also got
You know
Goga
what I mean?
Batazzi.
Yeah, he
I
played.
don't know. I don't trip too much about like filling position. I don't know, Sam. I think you and me see it differently. Where you're like, oh, they need to be solid at 1 through 5, and then you see the fucking Warriors making it to the second round. Where the fuck has their 5-man
beating
been
the Rockets.
the last 8 years? Right,
Yeah.
like making it work with Draymond Green. I don't know. I just think they have all the pieces they need. I don't really see any holes.
Yeah, but Sam, I see what you're talking about with Miles Turner, but I mean, it's not going to work. He signed an extent deal with the Bucks this past offseason, so in case you forgot. But
Well,
I mean,
I'm just saying, if they somehow got him.
yeah. I mean, I see what you're talking about, but I mean, he's still young. He's 24, so I mean, there's still that potential. Maybe in a couple of years, as this Magic team is still young, for him to possibly come over and fill that void that you were talking about.
All right. Let's go to the next. What do you guys think about here?
I think the Lakers and the Warriors should be switched. Um, Miles Turner is 29, by the way, Marcus.
What if read it said he's 24?
He's been on the Pacers
They
for a
only
while.
have the Warriors up this high. If you read the first line of this, because they believe Al Horford, D'Anthony Melton, and Seth Curry are going to be joining. As of right now, they are not the 9th best team in the league. I'm sorry.
No,
I keep forgetting they have Jimmy Butler.
Disclaimer: this is not our article.
True.
Yeah.
There you go, Sam. We can't get sued. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've come to really like the Warriors. I love Jimmy Butler. He's one of my favorite players in the league. But this shit is, like, sometimes it's painful to watch. Their roster is, like, unbelievably shallow. Like, at times it's pathetic. I mean, you've been waiting on Kuminga to develop. And, I mean, he's great, but he's not the sidekick that Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry need. I don't know.
I personally don't think Steve Kerr is a good coach anymore.
Even after beating your Rockets with Jimmy Butler out 2 games.
I
As
just
a
don't think
7-seed?
like I just don't think if you're playing a bigger man roster, why like you would just not play Kevon Looney and give him any minutes.
Because
Like,
he's slow. He is so slow. He can't
But-
get up and down the court. You don't. That's why you play Draymond Green. He can move. He can play defense. And like Kevon Looney, I'm sorry, but he's so slow. That's why
Draymond Green is
that's why
great,
they let
but
him go.
I think Kevon Looney could still play against the bigger men and still compete at that level.
See,
For,
Sam,
like-
this is again where I think you're thinking too textbook. Like, I don't like the Golden State, like, are you salty that the Warriors beat your Rockets? Like, I don't understand. Like,
No, I'm just talking about in general, and I also think Kuminga should have gotten some more minutes too.
I mean, yeah, sure, but again, it's Steve Kerr. I don't know what's going on. Like, there were some times where, like, I thought so and so should have been on the court, but I mean, I don't know. Like, they still won. I don't know.
Like I personally dislike Jason Tatum, but I also like him not getting any minutes at all was also kind of like
No, nope. If you want to talk about the Olympics, I didn't understand some of the roster choices. I thought some guys should have been out on the floor, but I think that's bullshit. I think people complaining about shit. Who's the guy with the receding ass hairline who got picked up and Jaylen Brown?
Derek
did?
White.
Derek White.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Derek White. People getting upset about him getting picked up over Jaylen Brown. Maybe that was like a Nike thing or whatever, but like that's not how like a good team works. Like you don't just put the 5 best MVPs like on the floor. It's not how it works. That's like
Well,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
Derek White was one of the best pickups they could have made because everybody on that team is ball dominant and accustomed to, high usage percentage. And I'm like, you need a Derek White on your team.
The Derek
I don't
White
know.
role needed to be filled. He's the only guy out of pretty much anybody on that roster that is just proud to play hard-nosed defense.
Yeah.
You needed a Derek
Yep.
White. You can't have a Jaylen Brown in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't go Jaylen
I don't
Brown.
think that they play
Jaylen
as
Brown
well as they do in the
outstanding.
Olympics, though, without Derek White. Derek White was fine
Sure,
playing
you can
his
make that
role
argument.
as a role player. You know these guys, superstars in the league, superstars on their team. Even when they're paired up together, they're gonna want to be that superstar player still. It's really hard for a lot of these guys to accept, hey, on this team, I'm not that guy. I got to play this role.
Yeah. No, that's a good
Who-
point. I just,
Who?
I'm not gonna say that Jaylen Brown couldn't have done that, but to get upset with the selection and say, "Oh, we're sending our bums to the Olympics," that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Who did the Warriors play second round in the playoffs? Was
Yeah.
it the Timberwolves? Like I
Uh,
think Kevon Looney could have gotten a few minutes at least against someone like Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is so much. He's actually quicker than. And then
No, I
Kevon
know. I
Kevon Looney.
understand. I understand he's faster, but Kevon Looney doesn't have to guard outside the paint on Rudy Gobert.
Do you have
at all,
something
pretty
against
much.
Draymond Green? I mean, Draymond Green is annoying, and he's
No,
like,
I don't have anything against Draymond Green,
he's
and
a
I think he.
phenomenal defender.
I think he plays amazing defense on all 5 positions. I just think they could have used a little bit more size, especially when you're going against like.
But what do you need the size for if Draymond Green's a better defender? Boards?
No, but if you're going against Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert all at once, and Naz Reid too, like if you had any combination of them on the floor, I think Kevon Looney could have helped out a little bit. But I just don't understand Steve Kerr's position of like you have Curry in there, and he's already getting a ton of minutes. And Pods is good. Like, don't get me wrong, he's not a bad player, but I just don't understand like why you don't give Jonathan Kuminga any minutes during the playoffs and just throw a Curry 2.0 in there just to like chuck up threes for a few quarters.
Well,
Did you watch those games, Sam? Like, did you watch the Warriors in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Their whole offense is literally just Curry and Butler. Like, I am fascinated as to how they make runs in the playoffs because they're
100%.
so shallow. So I think Kevon Looney is, if I don't know how he is on defense. Marcus says he's slow. If he's slow on defense and he's an offensive liability, why would you play him?
Yeah, and
he's not a huge offensive liability.
But I mean, the Warriors playing Draymond against you guys with your two bigs in Sengun and Jabari Smith Jr. and you have Steven Adams. They still managed to beat you guys. You have to realize that. And so it worked. So why would you stop doing it in the next round against the Timberwolves if it worked against a dominant number 2 seed and the Houston Rockets?
The Rockets didn't play the big man lineup against the Warriors. They used that against the OKC.
They definitely played a big man lineup.
Yeah, no,
they played the big man
Steven
lineup
Adams
for a
got
few.
so many minutes because Steven Adams got like 20 boards a game.
Steven Adams.
They played the big man lineup the last 1 or 2 games that series, but the majority of it they didn't. They switched him out a decent amount because they didn't have Clint Capella or anybody like that yet. They had them switching out.
You still had Jabari Smith Jr., Sengun. You had Jock Landale. You still had 4 bigs. I don't know.
Jock Landale didn't get any minutes. Jabari Smith played the 4.
Well, why didn't you give him in the minutes? If you have Jock Landale, why don't you keep Jabari Smith Jr. at the 4 and move Landale to the 5?
Jock Landale isn't on our team anymore.
No, when he was last year. I'm not saying he is now. Last year
he wasn't that viable as a player at that time. He wasn't. He's not doing anything.
You don't know that if he didn't get the minutes.
I do know that.
Sam,
he literally didn't do anything.
In a perfect world, everybody has a certain height and everybody's like a good size. I don't know if this is what you're getting at, but I just think like basketball's changing and whatever works. Steve Kerr's one of the best coaches of all time. Like I don't know. I disagree.
I personally think he got carried to a few rings by Steph, but
bro.
Well, that whole dynasty, to be fair, but
speaking of hot takes. Holy
I think
shit.
it's more the players than his coaching strategy that won them the championship.
Zach, you got anything on that?
This is gonna sound weird. I don't entirely disagree with Sam, but I do believe those first years where they won in 2015, 2017, and 18. The reason they were able to win those games was because of Steve Kerr's offense, something that the league hadn't seen before. The amount of threes the Warriors were putting up, that is the offensive game plan from the Warriors. That is Steve Kerr's decision-making. That is no question. I think he's been rocking with the same system for too long. After the 2022 ring, it pretty much hasn't changed, and the roster's just gotten a little bit worse until last trade deadline when they picked up Butler. Obviously, everybody's aging. People aren't going to be as fast as they were before, losing a guy like Jordan Poole. Something needs to change, but you can't say that at the beginning of that dynasty, the coaching didn't matter.
It didn't fully not matter, but I think that if you have Klay Thompson, Curry, KD, you're bound to win at some point. I think with that roster. Not saying the coaching was completely under
Let's look.
Not relevant, but
that's like saying Phil Jackson is ass because he had Kobe, Shaq, MJ, Pippen, and Rodman. Nah. I disagree.
I just
And that
don't
proves
think
my point
Steve
with
Kerr.
Phil Jackson, because when he was doing the same triangle offense in New York on the Knicks, they didn't play well. It was an outdated form of game plan.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yes, obviously, I mean, it's a comprehensive thing. You need to have good players and you need to have a good offense. If it was the four of us on an NBA court, and then some rando from the park being coached by Steve Kerr, we'd still get dunked on. But if it was, you know, we had Steve Kerr and Phil Jackson as our coaches, and I don't know, we were playing some guys that should be better than us, it would help a lot. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a two-way street.
Compared to our competition, if
I
we
do
had a
think
coach
that-
like that, I feel like we would be pretty damn well off.
Yeah, we could probably beat like MJ.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
LeBron
of course, you know.
I do think that hopefully we can all agree that the Warriors are aging a lot. Well, they're getting older, like Draymond and Curry and
Curry's
stuff.
37.
And that
Does-
at some point they gotta switch it up a little bit.
As soon as Steph retires, I think the Warriors rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta blow up the whole roster.
I think they should have kept Jordan
Everybody's
Poole.
out. And Kuminga's still in a holdout as well, which is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna keep it moving. I think we could talk about a lot here, so I'm gonna just hand it off to y'all.
I think the Lakers should be higher than the Warriors,
Yes,
especially with their pickups this offseason. I think Marcus Smart is great, even though he's older. I think, like, he's got that dog in him. I think he's going to play that one role, especially if he's a backup. I think he's going to bring, like, that spark onto the court. Similar to how you said, Cole, with, like, Derek White with the Team USA. I think he's going to come in and just provide that, like, just straight-up Dennis Rodman type of defense there, which I think the Lakers needed, especially with, like, Luka not being the most insane defender. And then I think a lot of people will disagree, but I think DeAndre Ayton was a good pickup. I mean, Lakers had absolutely no center options. They had Jackson Hayes playing like 15 minutes a game and barely did anything as center. I don't know. I think DeAndre Ayton was a good pickup for him.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton's a great pickup for them. I mean, out of the available bigs in the market, I don't think he was the best one to fit. But the fact that they got a DeAndre Ayton, that they needed a big man. And if he has drive, unlike he did in Portland or unlike he did in Phoenix, I think he'll be fine. Especially playing off of LeBron and Luka.
Zach just hit the nail on the head there. Because when this motherfucker came into the league, they were saying he was going to revive the old school center position because he's literally the perfect build for it. I mean, and when he was on the Suns, he was tough as shit. But then all of a sudden he disappears for a couple of years. I mean, if he shows up to the Lakers, it could be scary. I mean, the new headline is Luka lost all that weight. And I mean, this happens every offseason, right? Ben Simmons finally has a jump shot. That's bullshit. How many times has Luka lost weight in the offseason and felt better about his body? Now, I don't know if you guys, Jimmy Hyro, I think you all know him.
Yeah.
I love him. He made a video and he said this time he thinks, Luka's serious. And he's going to come out and have a crazy season because he loves getting revenge. He takes shit personally. I guess like the same way MJ does. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. If Luka actually pops off, I mean, they're talking about Luka being an MVP candidate, which is potentially an overreaction to him losing weight. But like I said, man, Jimmy explained it perfectly. I mean, all the superstars of their generation, of each generation, which Luka is absolutely one of those of his generation, win some kind of award in the first 8 years, and he's yet to win his. It could be this year. I mean, he just got fucked by the Mavericks after buying a house in Dallas. He's traded away out of nowhere. Horrible fucking trade. He just lost all this weight. He's got something to prove. He's got to take the torch from LeBron. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not saying their season's going to be great because the floor is still low. DeAndre Ayton could be shit. Nothing could change with Luka. Marcus Smart, I love him, same way you do, Sam, but he could be underproductive. But I think they have a high-ass ceiling. DeAndre Ayton could come in great. Luka could have that MVP season. Marcus Smart could be super helpful. I don't know. They could be tough.
I did see reports coming out from Lakers camps saying that because Luka has lost all his weight and has been trying so hard, the rest of the team has been starting to step it up even more in their private practices. If that is the case, awesome. The Lakers are going to be a scary team again.
Yeah, I'm honestly tempted to move the Lakers up above the Clippers too. Like, I know the Lakers are always like more of a bandwagon team, I guess, and are always like hyped up more because they have LeBron and stuff. But I think I would have the Magic over them still, personally. I love that Magic team right now, and I think they fit well together. But I think the Lakers are better than the Clippers or the Warriors right now, especially with like what Cole said with their potential.
Yeah, I mean,
and what we said with like the Clippers, just willing to just go to the playoffs. If we're talking about really compete and try and win a championship, I think the Lakers have more of that potential than the Clippers would.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the Lakers, high ceiling, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Pistons, I love them. Karis LeVert's cool. Duncan Robinson's cool. Losing Dennis Schroeder sucks. Losing Tim Hardaway Jr. sucks. It'll probably be the same story. Hopefully they make the second round.
Hopefully they get 2023's version of Duncan Robinson.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that when they heard the allegations with Malik Beasley, that they just said, all right, we're going to bring in Duncan Robinson, literally like the exact like replica of what he does.
Yeah, dude, Malik Beasley's fucked. I mean, he's also facing litigation for not paying rent. Like, he's chalked. He's cooked.
Yeah.
The Hawks, yo, I'm not going to lie, they're up there for like, I keep forgetting how stacked this roster is. It's nuts.
Their offseason moves were amazing, I think, personally.
I mean, losing Karis LeVert and Terrence Mann sucks. I mean, that's not the end of the world when you think about they got Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Porzingis. Because what? They have Trae Young. They have Dyson Daniels is the steal guy, right? He gets all the steals.
Yeah.
They have... Do they still have DeJounte Murray? No,
he's
don't
on
have
the Pelicans. He's on the Pelicans.
Yeah, that's right.
They have Onyeka Okongwu. They got Risha
That's
Shea.
the guy they just drafted, right?
Oh, he was drafted.
No, he was their last.
Zachary Risha.
Yes, Risha Shea. That's who I'm thinking of. Bro, he just had a phenomenal rookie season. Yeah, I don't know. They look good.
And Kobe Buffkin off the bench as well.
But I also know, I feel like the Hawks get this every year, and Trae Young had that bitching about not being an all-star. Like, I don't know. We'll see if they put it together. This one, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Mid for mid at this point in their careers.
I think they could be scary, not going to lie. This is
it all depends on Cooper
small
Flag.
task. But if they get, hold up 1 second. Let's do this.
I mean, Kyrie's going to be out for most of the season this year. Anthony Davis hasn't had a healthy season since, 2020?
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
But here's my thing. You have Caleb Martin, PJ Washington, Clay, AD, Max Christie, Daniel Gafford. I know some of those guys are hurt, but if they can survive and make the playoffs, and AD is somehow healthy come playoff time, Kyrie's healthy, Gafford's healthy, Cooper Flag has a great, freshman year. I mean, Derek Lively, if he gets healthy, these guys are, I don't know. I thought they were deep right before Luka left, the playoff run he had. I think they're a solid team. And I'm not saying who's the GM's name?
Nico
What's his name?
Collins.
Nico Collins?
Nico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
Nico Collins
you're
is a
right.
Texans receiver.
Nico Harrison.
Nico Harrison.
Yeah, Nico
Sorry,
Harrison.
football's on the mind, y'all.
It's all right. Football's on my mind too. That's why I'm forgetting everybody's name. But I'm just. This is another one where there's not high expectations, but the ceiling is high.
High ceiling, but the floor
Yeah, I agree with
is very low as well.
Pretty low too. I agree. Yep.
I think Cooper Flag can make or break their season. And Kyrie getting back.
It's not gonna be for a while though.
Well, Kyrie obviously, but what do you mean by that?
Can we talk about the Spurs?
They haven't come up yet.
All right. Just gonna duck my question like that. I think the
What was your
Bucks need
question?
to fuck off. I'm not gonna lie. I know we said earlier, I'm not a Bucks fan anymore, but it's like painful watching this shit. I mean, like they need to stop. Giannis needs to get out of there. If he stays, I'll be pissed off for Giannis. Giannis needs to leave. They need to rebuild. Stop trying to make it work. This team, it's not it.
Are you sad that Pat Connaughton finally left?
I don't really care anymore. I think I still have a Pat Connaughton jersey though,
I know.
but yeah. I do want to talk about the Spurs because I fucking love the Spurs. Getting Kelly Olynyk, and Luke Cornett is helpful. They drafted Dylan Harper, and they got the other kid is tough as shit too. What's his name? The pretty
Carter
light
Bryant.
skinned dude? Huh?
Carter Bryant.
Yes, bro. They're gonna be good.
And then you have Stephon Castle, who just won rookie. They've had the past rookie of the years. So,
Yep.
I mean,
And what's the other guy who they compared to Dennis Rodman because he's got the crazy hair?
Jeremy Shohan.
Jeremy Sochan.
Yep.
They got De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
Just signed the extension,
Yep.
too.
He got that big ass extension.
I think
I'm
they could be way
saying-
higher than 16.
I agree.
Yeah, no, they're definitely way higher.
They're
They're higher than the Bucks.
Comparable to the Magic because another team I really like. I think they could be really successful.
I think they
and
could be
they're
a very interesting team. The only problem is it's the West. If this team was in the
young.
East,
Yeah, that's good.
I think that's a top 5 seed.
This is like a weird comparison, but I would compare them kind of like to the Rockets last year, of getting 1 year of possible like lower seeded playoff experience, and then coming in the next year and just completely dominating. Wemby in his third year in the NBA, Stephon Castle, no, fourth year in the NBA, Stephon Castle in his third year. They have the playoffs that year. I think they can make a run for that.
Honestly, I think that's a good shout. All right, I want to bounce back to LeBron was butthurt because he talked about ring culture and how all that matters is rings. And I'm like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like a really interesting debate of, you're saying this, and yes, it is sad because it's like, oh, that, player's legacy, like Charles Barkley was like amazing. It takes a team to win a game though, but he gets shit on for not having a ring, or other people like Vince Carter.
CP3.
But I mean, then it's like, that's the one hand, but on the other hand, LeBron went to the Heat to win a ring. So it's like, I don't know. I think the ring culture thing is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I think like
Maybe it's only interesting to me. My bad.
no, it definitely is interesting because I mean, as a like loving James Harden, I think you definitely see it there when he went to the Nets and then he went to the 76ers. But like, I don't know, is LeBron like butthurt that people are just like trying to bounce to the teams to win the rings? Is that what he's saying?
No, I can't. I'd have to rewatch the video that I can't watch anymore. So I probably should have hopped on the podcast to before today. But yeah, it was something along those lines. I mean, it was like he was upset because he's still getting the MJ comparisons like all the fucking time,
Mm-hmm.
and like usually they're unfair. And I think he had the cute little beef with Stephen A. Because Stephen A. won't call him the GOAT or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, you have to give him credit. He did go back and like win the ring for the Cavs eventually. But I do see what you're saying. If he's saying that he's butthurt about ring culture and people just leaving to get rings, when he just teamed up with Dwayne Wade to just go get a ring in Miami.
No, he's not butthurt about other people doing it. He's butthurt about how players judge whether or not they win a ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now.
You see, to me, that 2016 championship is the greatest championship in NBA history.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, I don't know, I'm having a hard time seeing. I mean, because obviously they're saying 4-6 in the finals. They're saying, he's not Jordan because it's not 6 for 6.
I think. Wait, so Zach, you have the 2016 championship.
That is the most impressive ring that I've ever seen personally with my two eyes. Anything that I've gone back to see is the most impressive thing ever.
I agree with you that it's extremely impressive, but I think on par with that, I also have Dirk's championship.
He had one of the hardest runs, but pure finals.
Yeah.
Coming back down through.
Oh, are you talking about just the finals?
That's the ring. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I didn't know if you were counting the whole playoffs up to it or just the finals.
Look, it's impressive what Dirk did.
Yeah, I would probably specify finals series.
It's impressive what Dirk did.
I don't think that's a hot take at all to say that the coming back 3-1 in the finals is like the best finals ever.
2016 was the best year in sports, in my opinion.
I didn't.
Who won the Super Bowl that year?
It was I believe that was 28-3.
Oh, really?
Or it was the first Eagles win. Hold up.
No, because that was
Eagles
2017.
Yeah, I thought Eagles was 18. They're 17 or 18.
Yeah. I think it was 17-18 season that they did it.
No, that was the Broncos.
Yeah, I didn't realize
that was Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos beating up on the Panthers.
Yeah, fuck that one. I think I was the only one that wanted the Panthers to win.
And then you had the Cubs winning the World Series.
Yep, that was cool.
And the 3-1
comeback
in the NBA Finals from the Cavaliers. LeBron finally finishing the story.
I thought you meant the whole playoffs. No, that's my fault.
If we're talking pure finals, the 3-1 comeback is. We all know lines from that damn Game 7.
If you're talking about whole playoff run,
Dirk.
what are you choosing then?
Rockets.
I would have it between. Yeah, I was about to say I would have it between Dirk and Rockets because that team had to go through David Robinson, Spurs, Charles Barkley, Suns, Shaq, Penny, Magic, Karl Malone, Stockton, Jazz on their run. I think Dirk's was equally as hard though. I mean, but Rockets were also the 5th seed too.
Zach, I feel like you need to be our Jamie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe Rogan? You got to be Jamie. Because you got the most ball knowledge. Like, if you need to take control of the computer. Unless you got, like, a crazy search history
No, I don't
or
have
something.
a crazy search history. I promise you I don't.
That's what I was worried about.
All right, so in the first series, they played against the Portland Trail Blazers. Okay? Okay, that's nothing, right? The second series, however...
This is the Dirk one? Okay.
The second series...
Was that Brandon Roy? Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Was LaMarcus Aldridge on that team? Yet? Or
Yeah. LaMarcus Aldridge was still on the... Right. 2011, Brandon Roy. Young Dame.
Yeah, that's right.
I think. Oh. When was he drafted?
Where was Greg Oden at that point?
Well, Greg Oden was 07.
Marcus, you
So
falling asleep?
he would have been off.
No, I
Yes,
was
you
looking
are.
up.
He would've still been
no,
there.
I was looking at my Wizards player of the week.
So we have that. Then in the next round, they go against the defending champions in the LA Lakers, Kobe Powell Lakers. In the Western Conference Finals, they go against So he beats the Blazers 4-2. He sweeps the Kobe Powell Warriors in the second round. He beats the Young Thunder in a 4-1 series, and then he beats the Heatles in their first year together in a 6-game series.
Did you just call them the
Yeah, that's what they're
Heatles?
called.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, I'm taking the Rockets.
You had players Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, LaMarcus Aldridge, Pau Gasol.
I'm taking the Rockets.
All right, you can.
I mean, I
But
understand where
I'm
you're
going
coming from.
Dirk Nowitzki.
That's loaded.
Especially when you look at that the roster that Dirk had with him. I'm not saying that they were bums, because they weren't. But for a normal championship team, it was not the greatest championship team as a collective cast.
I mean, yeah. No, I think if you put it that way, then where, like, if you pose the question differently, where it's like individual performance in a playoff run, then I'll give you Dirk. I'll agree with that. But collectively, team who had the hardest playoff run, like, I want to say, and this isn't always true. Like, this doesn't always make it objective fact, but I think Jimmy, I need to stop referencing YouTubers, but this is
You're
one
fine,
of my few
man.
sources.
Jimmy's a
of
great
information.
source.
He had like an objective way of quantifying what a difficult playoff run is to validate the Lakers COVID championship, because everybody called that one bullshit. And I think that's
a bad take.
wrong. I'm not saying it was the hardest run, but I think that's bullshit.
I think it's pretty impressive as well.
I
I think it's an impressive.
But so he disproved that, but he also said on the other end where like some of the hardest ones was the Rockets. Again, I don't have the numbers, but he quantified it, and that was.
I'll take a double look at that video. Trust me, I'm perfectly happy expanding.
I'm not saying
No,
you're wrong. That's not a definitive.
I'm not saying that.
I mean,
but
I might
I'm
go
always
against
looking at
Dirk being the most.
more information. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I might go against Dirk being the better individual player too. Because I mean, Hakeem averaged 32.8 points, 11.5 boards, and 5.5 assists just in the finals, and that was against Shaq too. And that's not even with his blocks and stuff too. I mean, he was the best offensive player and
so
defensive player.
they played the
on
Magic
court.
in the finals that year.
They played the Shaq and Penny Magic and swept them.
Wow. He had 33 and 12 against Shaq.
Yep. First game 31, second game 34, third game 31, last game 35.
Holy fuck.
16 boards first game, 12 points, 12 boards second game, 14 boards third game, 15 boards the last game too. And then I mean the only other players he had was a Robert Ory. He had a older Clyde Drexler who they picked up at the very end of the season, which I didn't even know he would play well with Hakeem. They had Sam Cassell, Kenny Smith, both were a little bit older at the time.
These are some good players though.
No, yeah, they're not bad players, but like none of these players were necessarily like all-star caliber players at the time.
You think you think Dirk had a better supporting cast than Hakeem Olajuwon?
I would have to go back and look at Dirk's
I
supporting
will find
cast.
that for you.
But I think the better individual
Thanks,
player
Jamie.
throughout those playoffs was, I mean, Hakeem was the best offensive and defensive player on the court at the same time in pretty much all those series, I feel like.
Yeah, but I don't know about Dirk's supporting cast being better. I think that's wildly disrespectful to Robert Ory, Kenny Smith, and
Sam Cassell, Clyde Drexler.
Oh no, I never said that
Clyde
they were better.
You
I don't
just
know, I
said
was just No, I was just listing out the players that they had at the time in the run.
I swear I asked you that and you just said yeah.
Oh,
So
Rewind the
Michael, I
tape.
wasn't paying attention to
the
that.
notable players I got
Sorry.
out of this: J.J. Barea, very young J.J. Barea, Corey Brewer, Caron Butler, Tyson Chandler, Jason Kidd, again a very old Jason Kidd, Dirk, Jason Terry, and a very old Pedro Stojakovic. That he wasn't
I'm
getting
sorry,
game time.
Sam. Sorry. Hakeem had a way better supporting cast.
No, I think they had a better supporting cast, especially because they had Clyde at the time. But
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
Man, I need to go back and rewatch those games. Just because. That's Wizards Player of the Week. Give it to us, my guy.
Just go with Daniel Gafford. Wizards legend, averaged about 1.5, 2 blocks per game in his Wizards career, and is still averaging that with the Mavericks.
Well,
So,
thank you, Daniel Gafford. What a wonderful pull. Everybody, it's been the Pivot Point.
Yeah.
Y'all have a wonderful night, and if you enjoy Cole being on here, we certainly do. He's supposed to be on here with us every week. Type some stuff in the comments. Make sure he gets on his game and gets his ass back in here. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's been the Pivot Point. Peace.